Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. In this video I want to talk about how to update WHMCS and what to do when that update goes wrong. So here at NameHero we are leaders in reseller hosting. We provide 3 reseller hosting packages, with the most popular one being our corporate reseller. It's smack dab in the middle of our reseller hosting page. And it is the most popular because it comes with a complimentary WHMCS license. Now, for those that are not familiar, WHMCS is the most popular hosting, billing, and automation software. So if you're looking to become a web host or specifically a reseller, then chances are that you're going to use WHMCS. It's the most well-known throughout the industry, and more web hosts use that than anything else. Here at NameHero, we use WHMCS. We made the decision a long time ago that we wanted to be a web hosting company and not a software company. So rather than spending our resources developing, updating, and all that with software, we decided to use WHMCS as our partner, and we focus on what we do best, and that is offering a high-speed, reliable, and scalable hosting infrastructure. Now, because we do offer the WHMCS license with our corporate reseller package, sometimes we are confused for WHMCS support. Now, unfortunately, it's not possible for NameHero to offer direct support of WHMCS. For one, we would have to train all of our technicians that come in to work for us at NameHero, not only on the hosting infrastructure, but the WHMCS infrastructure. That takes quite the effort there. If you look at, if you're a business person, if you're in business, and you know when you bring someone in to do a job and then you have them doing another job that's outside of your primary goal, well, then you end up wasting a lot of time. So recently, especially this first couple weeks here of 2018, WHMCS has released an update, which they do quite frequently. I believe it's about once every quarter they update their software. Unfortunately, this particular update they've released, we've seen a lot of customers have problems with the update. When they run the update in their browser, they're running into issues where it doesn't update correctly and their installation is broken, and then they end up coming to us saying, hey, my WHMCS is broken, I need you to fix it. Well, the problem is our technicians are not trained on fixing WHMCS. So we can help with the initial installation to make sure it's installed correctly and it's running correctly. But outside of that, we're really not quite sure. One, WHMCS has encrypted all of their files with IonCube Loader. So we actually can't even see the file structure. So even if we were to be able to dig in and help, we can't actually see the files. So we don't know what PHP calls are being made to the database and so forth and so on. Also, in order for us to keep prices low for our hosting packages, we have to kind of set a boundary to what we can and what we cannot support. So that's why it's important that I do this video, show you some tips on how to update your WHMCS installation, and then tell you what to do if you do run into a problem. So right now I'm going to walk you through an update and show you kind of how it works and what to do if something goes wrong. So right now I'm just on our reseller hosting page, and I'm going to log into my example reseller account. So I'm logged in on this screen here. If you want to get here, just hover over account and click login, and you can follow along if maybe you're one of our customers going to update your install. I'm going to navigate to my package. So I'm going to click on Cloud Web Hosting, go down to Reseller Hosting US, and I want to go into my cPanel. So that's the first step. Now, the first thing that you need to do if you're going to be updating your install is take a backup. Please just forget about us even offering backups. You need to take your own backup before you start the update. We've seen this probably 50 times in the support desk over the last 2 weeks where people have messed up their install. They want to revert to backup. And yes, you can revert to our daily backups, but some people are getting it, are updating before the backup runs, and then after the backup runs, then they're wanting the backup. And at NameHero, we provide 1-day retention by default. So if you don't have the additional Drop My Site backups or another backup, then basically we have a backed up copy of the install that broke. So anytime you make an update to a big piece of software, especially WHMCS, it's very important that you take a backup and keep it on your computer. So let me tell you how to do that. So you're going to click backup in here inside of cPanel, and you're going to see this link at the top. Download a full website backup. That's what you want to do. Next, you can see, do you want it in your home directory, remote FTP passive, or secure copy? You just want this in your home directory, generate backup. Okay, and it's going to let you know, it's going to email you once it is finished. Go back. Now you can see it's in progress here. So it is very important that you do that. Now, once you get that backup, you can leave it there. I don't really recommend storing that in your home directory for a long time because it takes up space, right? And some of you, it takes up a lot of space. But at least until you get your update done, make sure this backup has completed and make sure it is in your home directory. Don't even begin the update until you see this has completed and there is a backup available for download. So this might take a few minutes here. Oh wait, there we go. It's already available for download in this account because this account doesn't have a lot into it. But you want to make sure that you have an active backup right here and that you take it yourself. Like I said, we do back up your files every night by default as long as you have 100,000 or less inodes and your account is under 20 gigabytes of space. However, nothing can substitute for taking your own backup. It's just good common sense to back up the whole account just in case that everything explodes. You do have a backup for your records. We don't want to be responsible for data loss and stuff like that. Okay, so now that that's done, you can go into your WHMCS admin. Most of you, it looks like this. Okay, so now I'm going to log in to my WHMCS admin area. I'm going to use my secure password. Click login. And you're going to see what so many of you all do see when you do this is update now. So we're going to click this. I'm going to enter my password again, authenticate. Updates available. So update now. Okay, you're about to release. It says download a database backup. So it's even telling you, hey, you need to back up your database. So that's what we just did. We backed up the whole account. In my opinion, and you can never have too many backups. It's asking you to download a database backup, back it up again. So bam, there's another backup. So now I've got the NameHero backups that are done automated for me each night. I've got the full backup I just made, and now I've got a backup of my database. So now you're making sure that all of your files are safe and secure, especially those of you that have active customers. You do not want to mess up this data. It's also important to note you probably don't want to do these backups in the middle of the day, especially if you're conducting business. Schedule these for the weekend or for the evening hours when not a lot of your customers are on. Schedule this during downtime. At NameHero, when we run updates, we actually set up a whole other site, a staging area. So when we run the update, we actually do it in a complete separate staging area and beta test it for about a week to make sure everything works well and everything's going to work. Because could you imagine at NameHero, all the thousands of customers, over 10,000 customers we have on our platform, could you imagine the headache we would have if we ran one of these updates during the day, it failed, and the amount of pandemonium this would cause? That right there keeps me up at night. So that's why you can never have enough updates, and you can never have enough backups. Okay, so now where are we here? Update, continue. We've done this. Update's ready to begin update, and now it's going to. Okay, now you can look. This here doesn't have a temporary path, so we need to specify a temporary path for this update. So we're going to do this in. I believe it's in WHM update preferences, update WHMCS, and we need to define that and configure update settings, and we need to give it a temporary path to have its data. So if you see this, you want to navigate to your file manager, and I like to just call it WHMCS data. There's already a folder here, and let's make a folder for updates. New folder. Updates, create new folder, and now we're going to double click in here. We've got this path here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over to WHMCS temporary path /home /resell1 WHMCS data /updates, save changes. We want to do stable, and for some reason it did not like my directory, resell E1, and so this is why you need to check all this stuff. Make sure it's right from the get-go. Okay, so now let's try this again. Update, continue, begin update, and now it's performing the update. So you can see it says this may take several minutes to complete. Please do not navigate away from this page or close your browser. You'll be redirected automatically once the update completes. So at this point, you just want to leave this. And again, this, as it says, it may take several minutes to complete. It may take anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, maybe even longer, but you don't want to interrupt this because it's actually pulling the files and updating everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause this video while this finishes, and I'll resume once we are there. Okay, so now I got kind of what I wanted to show here. This update specifically failed. It says update failed, an error occurred, a fatal error occurred while fetching the update. Make sure you have good memory limits. So click finish and let's take a look. And you can see now we are getting an HTTP 500 error and our site, refresh, is down. So this is what a lot of our resellers are seeing. And this is what's causing a lot of panic because they're like, oh my gosh, now my site doesn't work. What can I do? And this is why they're running off to our support and everywhere else saying, you know, what can I do? Okay, so first thing I want you to do is take a deep breath, calm down. That's why we took backups. So at this point right now, you can submit a ticket to our team and say, hey, I need to restore my latest backup. Okay, that's one thing you can do. But of course, you want to resolve the issue because you want to get the software updated. So if you installed this through our app installer, so we'll go back to cPanel, and if you installed this, I did do this one through the apps installer. So if you go to cPanel and you scroll down, you click WHMCS, you're going to see there's one update available. Click it. You see there is an update available here. So I'm going to click this refresh button, upgrade. Here's the path it's got. Create a backup before upgrading. This will even create a path. I've got to give it the admin folder, so let me navigate to that. Copy. Paste my admin folder in here. Because remember, we changed the admin folder when we installed it. Click upgrade. And now we're going to let the auto installer attempt to do the backup since they have one here. Okay, it's updated successfully. And we can see, boom, now we have the update. We're going to refresh this here. Get back into our admin. And you can see that the admin has updated. And you can see we are now running the latest version of WHMCS. And boom, the home page is working as well. So that fixed the issue. We went through the app installer and ran the update right there. That's the first thing you can do. Now, if you didn't install it through the auto installer, that's not an option for you. But if you did, of course, that is an option. So that's your first option that you have. Now, if you navigate in here to our client area, go to support, go to tickets, click open a new ticket down here. You're going to see we link out, or technical support, we link out to some resources. Now, again, we don't put this message on here to be jerks. We just have to bluntly put it and state it out front that we're not WHMCS support. Me, as a CEO of NameHero, I don't know why the update failed. It says maybe some memory limits are the issue. Since we can't go back and increase those after that runs, we can only guess to it as to what happened. So if the auto installer didn't fix it for you, you can now reach out to the WHMCS support desk and say, hey, my update broke. You can see, look, they've set up a support desk right here for customers of ours that have their license through us. Click support. Down here, upgrading. Down here, they're going to have some suggestions here. Of stuff that you can do. If you don't want to even try those, you can go to submit ticket and you can enter your information here. Now, on the next page, it's going to ask for a bunch of information, such as your logins, your cPanel, and all that. You should not fret. WHMCS is a good company. You can share your logins with them. Just make sure you only share it with them. I believe they even encrypt the information so no one else can get to it. But you would put your name, your email, the subject, the department's reseller support. You can put your priority and the message here, and you can have them work on it. Your next option is to do a manual update. So you would click on File Downloads here. You would find the package you're wanting, and you want to look for the latest release. So you can see this is where we store all the downloads. And so the January 9th one is the latest. So you would just download this, and for some reason it's not opening for me right now, but you would download this, and you would manually update the files. If you go back to here, you can see the documentation. And we can type in here, you can just click it here, upgrading, how to perform. You can have them actually do it for you. If you don't want to mess with it, you can pay them, or you can click perform a manual update and you can do this. So you can follow their steps here on how to do a manual update. So that's the next step is if you don't want to work, and people say, well, their support always isn't that fast. Well, maybe you want to try to manually update it beforehand. So you have the browser update that you tried, it failed. You have the app installer if you used it and you try that. If that doesn't work, you can try a manual update. You can submit them a ticket. You've got their documentation, and also you have a link to their community forum. So they've got a very active community, WHMCS.community, where you can log in here and you can post what's going on. Hey, my update failed, what suggestions. You're probably going to get one of the fastest responses in their community here because there's so many different users in here. And there's their staff members in here as well that can help you with your situation. So you have all these points of contact to get your WHMCS back online. And remember, this is why we took several backups, because if we need to, you can say, hey, NameHero, just restore my backup. I don't want to worry about it right now. But there's several different options that you have. There's no need to go freaking out if it messes up. But remember, you should do this on the weekend or a time that's not peak hours. Do this when you're not getting a lot of traffic to your site. And don't do it right before your cron job runs that processes your billing. Understand, kind of have a plan together when you do this. Don't just upgrade it because you logged in and it says you need to upgrade. You actually need to be a little proactive and have a scheduled plan of maintenance to work on your installation. Don't just start to do it. So this is kind of how you go about doing that. This is how you troubleshoot it, and this is how you kind of calm down if it doesn't work. Don't get mad. There's always a solution to getting things fixed. If not all else fails, you always do have the backup that you took, and then you can get that restored to go back to the current state. But once again, I can't say enough that I can't make our team responsible for doing WHMCS support, because part of the fee that we pay them as being a reseller, even though we offer the license to you all for free, we actually have to pay WHMCS a fee for each license generated. So if you're a customer in NameHero and you have a WHMCS license, we are paying them each month for you. And part of that payment agreement is they do offer support for our resellers. That's why they have this desk set up right here that says submit a ticket for resellers, submit a ticket reseller. That's set up for people like NameHero, because part of our license fee is not only the license, but is also they fully support the product as if you were to buy it from them. Now, I've seen a couple cases where the support team will try to refer you back to us and stuff, but they're just trying to, in my opinion, get out of answering the ticket. But they do have support for our resellers, and if your update fails, they should be able to help you solve that and get it fixed in a timely manner. If not, I've walked you through a couple different steps in this video to help you get back online. It's also important to note that NameHero, we're going to start updating this a little bit more too. These are some of the most common issues that we see inside of NameHero, and I'm actually going to add this video to this list as well for our resellers. But this is some stuff that is commonly asked in our ticket desk. So one thing at NameHero we try to do is we've got a very active YouTube channel. We're very active, and we're also very active on our blog. If you click blog right here, you're going to see tutorial after tutorial on stuff. So what we try to do is get in front of stuff. Whenever we see a lot of tickets that come in, and me personally as a CEO of NameHero, I read every single ticket that comes in the desk. I read all the replies. I read everything that goes on with the staff, because I want to know what's going on within the company. I'm not a CEO that just sits back and doesn't know what's going on day to day. So I try to take that feedback that I see, and I produce tutorials, videos, and all this information to try to help you. Because remember, at NameHero, it's our goal to provide 10 for 10 customer satisfaction support. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you, if you're a reseller, we want to see you make money. We want to see you have a good experience for you and your customers. If you're just a web hosting customer and you host your site with us, we don't want to see you have downtime. We want to see your website stay online and have a great experience. So we produce these tutorials and directions to fix some of the common issues that we do see. So if I see a ticket, more than 5 times within a 1 month, within a 1 month time frame, I try to make sure to get a guide and a video to walk you through step by step on how to resolve it. Now, I know sometimes I'll put these on here and people will still come down here and fill out the box, but I highly encourage you to do a little bit of research before submitting the ticket, because not only, and it's not because we don't want to support you, because once you learn how to do it yourself, well, then if you run into the issue again, you know how to fix it. It saves everyone time. You don't have to worry about waiting on us or filling out the box below. You can just do it yourself. So that's something to always keep in mind, is that we've got these tutorials. We try to produce this for everyone. We know at NameHero our infrastructure is very solid, so we try to get the frequently asked questions, and we try to get videos and material out there. If there's something that we don't have that you would like to see, reach out to us. Reach out to Ryan at NameHero.com. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to make a video for you, because if you need it, I'll make it for the entire NameHero community to see. I'll put it on our YouTube and on our blog so that everyone can see it. Help others solve their issues. So that's kind of just some extra stuff we're doing here at NameHero and focusing on in 2018. Just a really user-friendly infrastructure getting ahead of the problems, being really proactive in our support. Now, of course, our superheroes are available 24/7, 365. If you have an issue outside of this stuff and you can't figure out something, feel free to submit a ticket. But our motto at NameHero is an educated customer is a happy customer. So the more we educate you, the happier you're going to be, because then you're not going to get frustrated when you can't figure out things. Because I can guarantee you that everything at NameHero does work if used properly. So part of using that properly is providing you with the education. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope you can see now how you should go about updating your WHMCS. This should really save a lot of frustration out there. So thanks a bunch, everyone, for watching. We look forward to your continued business at NameHero. Remember, the biggest compliment we can receive is a referral. If you're happy with what we're doing here at NameHero, click on affiliates, go to the affiliate program, sign up right here. You can make up to $125 a sale based on your volume. That's the greatest compliment we can receive, and we so much appreciate those referrals. So keep those coming as well. Thanks so much for watching and using NameHero.com.